I just got this text from one of my clients stating that they just hit a £30,000 month as an online fitness coach. If you don't know me, I'm Jack Rayner. I help fitness coaches build, grow, and scale using a method that I have tested and proven on over 1,000 fitness coaches so far. We specialize in helping online fitness coaches scale, and I'm going to show you how and why George has hit £30,000 a month as a fitness coach, right? So there's a couple of things that go through people's minds when they hear someone say that they earn that much money. Number one, scam, right? So they're thinking in their head that you just can't do that while keeping customer service high. And number two, fake. Okay. If you type in George Lloyd on social media on Instagram, you'll realize that he's not fake. And number two, one of the things that we have focused on more than anything else in the world with George, especially, and it's what we concentrate on a lot with our fitness clients, is retention. Because you can't build a sizable business if you just concentrate on lead gen the whole entire time. Okay, so George, for the kind of like a background and an overview, he started with zero systems, zero payment systems, like literally nothing. Okay, and he has scaled up to 30K a month, losing two customers. So he's basically gone from 0 to 70 clients, losing two customers in nearly 18 months. Okay, now how? There's kind of two things, and it's something that not a lot of people actually speak about. Okay, one of them is going to be your marketing. Okay, so if your marketing is promoting quick wins or promoting the fact that this is going to be easy, right? So if I said to you guys, right, building an online fitness coaching business is really easy. You can build it to 30K a month and it's really easy, right? Who is that going to attract? It's going to attract people who don't do anything. They don't work hard. Like, you're just going to attract idiots, basically, right? But I don't say that. I say that online coaching is really hard. It's really saturated. You're going to have to know your stuff when it comes down to marketing. You're going to have to be a really great coach. You're going to have to put in an immense amount of work. You're probably not going to have a weekend for a good 5 years. Like, I actively say in messaging, in marketing, that like, this shit's fucking hard, right? So what we concentrated on, especially with George, is like actively showcase that on social media. Like, losing weight is going to be really hard. Building muscle is going to be really hard. Okay, you're going to have to put an immense amount of effort. You're probably going to have to sacrifice things. You're probably not going to have takeaways at the weekend. You're probably going to eat clean. It's going to be a complete 360 level up with your whole entire life. But you're going to sacrifice a lot. Okay, so the one thing we concentrated on more than anything else in the world was basically messaging. Like, basically actively promoting the fact that this is going to be really hard. If you basically say that on social media, the prospects and leads that you're going to be speaking to and the clients you're going to be onboarding are going to have the intention and thought process that it's going to be hard. So they're going to work their absolute ass off, right? You might, as an online fitness coach, have had customers that basically you onboarded them, and then in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're trying to chase them, you're trying to WhatsApp them, and they're just not doing anything. They're not communicating. I would have a really, really, really detailed look at your marketing and messaging, because you'll probably find that you're probably promoting, at best case, you're probably promoting really quick fixes, really like kind of like shortcuts and stuff like that. But what I'd really promote, especially if you want to scale your business, what I'd really promote is actually actively pushing away from like the norm, actively saying like this is gonna be really hard, right? So you kind of want to get into a habit of basically saying this shit's gonna be really hard, it's gonna require an immense amount of effort, it's gonna require a lot of sacrifice. Then you're attracting people who are like that. So when you onboard them, they're like, yep, good to go. When you check in with them, yep, good to go. High level communication, the lot. Okay. So a lot of churn, especially what I see, a lot of churn is actually in marketing. What you're actually posting on social media, what you're pushing on social media, what you're promoting, how you're saying it, the tonality, the conviction you're having in your content. Like, all of these things play a tangible and real thing. They play a real high level importance with churn and enabling you to actually scale your business. Okay. The second thing is, or the second most important thing, is the onboarding process. Okay, so if your onboarding process is taking someone from basically not doing anything, so not going into the gym, they're just not doing anything in their life, they're eating like crap, and then the step one for you is to basically chuck them a training plan, chuck them a meal plan, and be like, crack on. If you do that, do not be surprised that people just fuck off, right? What you have to do is effectively take someone from, right, okay, I'm not doing anything, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not tracking anything, I am eating like shit, I'm eating Five Guys every fucking day, right? What you basically have to do is ease them in to change, right? So they actively want to change their physique, but they have habits. So if you basically go, right, you're here, and here's your training plan, meal plan, here's your macros, here's how much you should drink, here's how much you should sleep, like, people just don't do it because it's too fast of a change. So what ends up happening is you basically onboard them and they exit really fast. What you have to do is basically meet them at their level. So if they're eating like crap, okay, cool. Give me a food diary for week one, right? You basically just have to like ramp them in. Once you learn the art of ramping in someone, right, to a service, you're gonna hold clients for ages. When I was a fitness coach, my average retention length, so basically if I onboarded someone like today, my average length of a customer was 18 months. That means I had customers at like 6 months, but I also had customers at like 4 or 5 years. Fun fact, by the way, I stopped fitness coaching in December 2022. In April, so like this April 2026, I actually offboarded my last paying customers because I was like, look, like you don't need my help, I'm just gonna cut you, right? So I stopped fitness coaching, I had 50 clients, right? And then I concentrated on this business. When I stopped everything, so 4 years later, when I stopped everything, I had 15 online clients. That means in pretty much 4 years, like 3 years basically, 3.5 years, I lost like 35 customers, right? Which is like nuts. That's crazy. Like obviously, if I pushed on lead gen, like I would have got loads of people in. But like understand how easy it is to scale if you can hold customers. Again, like I can't state this enough. The reason why you see massive months, 25K months, 30 grand months, 50 grand months as an online coach is not because of lead gen. I will repeat that. It is not because of lead gen. It is because you can hold customers. Because you have to work literally 50%, like literally in terms of lead gen, you have to work 50% capacity to get to that level. Versus if your churn is really high, you have to onboard 15, 20 people a month, right? Because you're basically exiting people out of the business. You have to work that hard to scale a business. Whereas like George and Carol, for example, I'll give you an example of Carol. He's just hit his, a 25 grand month this month. Um, like their lead gen is like okay. They onboard maybe like 10 customers a month, but they don't lose anyone. Like they lose maybe one person, right? So you tell me how fast that business is going to scale over time. Really quick. So mastering the art of messaging, okay? So making sure your offer is spot on, and then also mastering the art of retention is going to enable you to scale to 30, 40, 50 grand a month, okay? Again, like a lot of especially newer coaches who are maybe like stuck at like the 1 to 2 grand a month mark, they're like, oh, scaling at that level, like the customer service is crap. No, it cannot be crap. It has to be really, really, really high level. It has to be really detailed. Okay. So don't think that, oh, scaling to that mark, like there must be shit coaches. No, they're actually really great coaches, right? Because you wouldn't get to that mark if you're a shit coach. You can. I've seen some coaches do that, but like you basically have to look at every single point in your business about efficiency. Like you have to have an efficient business. So there's no point in onboarding 50 new customers if you're losing 40. No good, right? I'd prefer to have a business that's onboarding 10 customers and maybe losing one. Like that is going to scale you to the moon, right? And if obviously if you want to scale to like 100, 200 grand a month, then yeah, your lead gen has to be really good, right? But like what we concentrate on a lot at TCT is one, marketing, messaging. Make sure that's fucking dialed because that's like 9/10 of lead gen. And also that's going to enable you to keep customers for years and years. Also, what we concentrate on is churn. Like, how can we make sure your service is unbelievable so people don't exit? It's not all about like lead gen, it's not all about sales, it's also about retention, marketing, offer, everything. Okay. If you want to scale your business, this year, if you have had enough of people entering the service and then leaving after fucking week three, if you want to scale to 25, 30 grand a month, then drop me a message on Instagram, DM the word ascend. We'll build everything out for you, including lead gen system, sales system, and delivery system. And yeah, we'll get to work.